Hey everybody, this is Yankel. You may know me as Hope Betrayed. Welcome to the very first character creation video. Boom, we have with me Nikonil, who's going to be creating a character right now for the brand new the Dungeons and Dragons campaign, which I have titled The Conquest of Souls. So, sounds pretty good. Okay. All right.
Uh,
Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna try to create a file that does not interrupt the stream. Probably will. Um, I should have done this before, but whatever. Let's go new blank document. Oh, blocked. All right. So you told me that the guy's name was Pardoka.
yeah.
Okay, Pardoka. That sounds pretty cool. Tell me first about your race.
My race.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's scroll along. Uh, okay. They come from a city in the mountain. The city is in caves inside the mountain.
Okay.
We are red-skinned small people. None of us have any kind of physical strength. We use magic for everything. Some may look at us as a lazy people. We never we never meet our races. We are pretty much like in the mountain, and we go maybe out to the forest
Okay.
sometimes. But yeah, we use telepathy for most of our stuff. We
Telepathy isn't the right word. You mean telekinesis.
telekinesis. Yeah, yeah. We live extremely long, like 1,200 years long, and.
So it's
We
100.
are we are looked at as adults at the age of like 200, but that's because that's when we have learned telekinesis. Like that's when we are high enough level to understand that shit.
Okay.
So yeah, uh, my character is about 100 years old.
Okay.
So yeah, uh, we are red skinned. Um, We are like very short. We are like uh
Is it standing? Because I remember you told me that you wanted a guy to float.
yeah, I wanted to float. But I
Alright.
don't know if uh I'm just saying the person itself right now.
Right, right. We're just
And
throwing everything out there. Got it.
yeah, if I'm standing on ground, uh Yoda, how tall is Yoda?
He's like two
Like
feet
that's the
tall.
size I'm going for.
He's like 2 feet tall. Like he's really
2 feet,
small.
yeah, that's
Like
what I thought.
dogs are bigger than him.
Exactly, yeah. We are about 2 feet tall.
Okay.
Um we look kind of like Yoda, just we are red and shit. Pretty awesome though. Uh, we never
Are you like
look
fat,
older.
hairy?
Yeah,
Well, Yoda wasn't really
uh,
fat, but he was like. Okay, I guess not. Never
yeah.
mind.
Uh, our skin is like a snake skin, but it's red. We have a normal face though, but we never age since the scale always holds like everything back.
Is it
So
okay? Hold on though. Just keep throwing it at me. Snake, it's type skin. Yeah. Do you have
just for
hair like
looks
facial
though.
hair? Like Yoda had like
Facial
baldness
hair,
or
no,
whatever.
no facial hair.
Okay. Any hair of any kind?
No. Yes. Some of the head, but most of us use headwear, so you can't see it. We are very intelligent people. We use this magic for everything, as you already know. Uh, yeah. Uh, I can't think of anything about this race itself.
Okay. I mean that's good enough. So far I have is a cavernous, small people with red skin. They use magic for everything. They're very solitary. They use telekinesis. They're long lived. They learn telekinesis around 200 years old. They float about 2 feet tall when standing. Red Yoda, snake type skin, and no facial hair.
Yeah. So our
Okay.
skin is like bright red, like blood red.
All right.
So yeah.
So let's just go ahead and talk about this now since we already started with it. You have a lot of cool things, and I like all your cool stuff. But it seems like some of this stuff could be very overpowered, depending on how you want to approach it. So, the snake type skin, do you want it to just be like that just because you want it aesthetically? Or is it like, later in the game, like, but wait, I have snake skin, so.
No, 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 no,
Okay.
no, no, no armor,
Okay. Alright.
like that. It
Okay,
just
good.
like looks like it.
Okay.
So
Do
yeah.
you mean like it has like scales?
Very small scales that are close to each other. When you touch it, if you rub it the wrong way, you will kind of like
It's
it will
rough.
hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's cool. What happens when you're like when you rub it?
When I rub it, I don't know. It's kind of hard. I would guess.
No, but like, what happens if like you have scales going one way in this hand, and like you could try to go like this?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, dude. I never thought of that.
Yeah, man. What if you get like a
I would
rash every
guess.
time you
I
walk?
would guess. Since it would stick. And it's very small. Remember, I'm 2 feet tall.
Hmm.
They are very small. So like, it's just that the sun, they will never like hit inside. I think I'm cold-blooded or something.
If you're
Maybe.
cold
I
blooded,
don't
you
know.
would die without the sun. So you have to be warm blooded.
Yeah, no, no, because we live inside caves where we never see the sun, so that would be
Right.
dumb.
The whole point of cold blooded is like you can't regulate your temperature, so you require the sun to regulate it for you.
Exactly, and we never see the sun.
So you would die.
Like, yeah, that's back to the backstory though. We actually never we left the caves sometimes, but that was like the really old people. By the way, since we can't see how old we are, we like just are so intelligent that we know how many years it has been, shit like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So if I can move on to the backstory, if unless you have something more to say.
Um, so hold on. You said you wanted to be floating. Now, when I imagined this, I imagined like a little cloud that holds you up and you
Mm,
float on it, or like a little carpet that you ride on.
no,
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 you just sit cross-legged and you float, or you just like float
no.
standing up.
I'm like my feet is like relaxed and like just like normally you stand like this,
Uh-huh.
but when you are in the air, you're like, ugh. And then you're like,
Okay. All right. So
so
this is like, huh? Okay. Have you watched Naruto?
I all anime is yeah, I know,
Okay. So
but
like
this isn't from.
the old guy who is like the leader of the
Oh
stone.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
just like
That
floats.
exactly like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's cool. All right, I like it.
yeah,
Except he's
exactly
really
like that.
strong and you're not.
I
Okay.
guess that's actually where I got it from, but I didn't know.
Right. Yeah.
I,
Okay. It's like a
yeah,
mix of Yoda and that guy. Okay, so I like that.
yeah.
The lifespan is not a big deal. You could be around 200 world. I saw that you gave me some leeway with the telekinesis because they don't learn it until 200 and you're only 100.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they kind of level up.
Right. Exactly. So, I don't know if I wanna. I don't know if I wanna like just say at 200 you just get it because that's like weird. Um,
Yeah, but remember that's 100 years in game. So the
oh
people in the
yeah,
town
I know.
they
I know.
might train, they might learn, everything like that. So normal people in town, I feel like that's okay.
Yeah, I mean it's not too bad, but what if there's like, if I tell you that like there's a spell, something happens and you age, and then now do you magically know? Like I don't want it to be based around how old you are,
No, but
because
one thing I actually wrote down is that some people learn it before, some learn it much later. That's actually
okay,
one
so
thing
like
I
the
wrote down.
average is 200 years old. Okay, so how about
Yeah.
this? How about your telekinetic ability is like latent ability, and at a certain age, almost like puberty, it comes out.
Yeah.
But if nobody teaches you how to use it, then you can't just fucking know how to do it. Like somebody,
No, but I am my character is going to try it though. He's because he's looked at his elders. He has already spent like 100 years to practice and shit like that. He just haven't learned it yet. So he hasn't hit puberty, if you call it that.
yeah,
That's
but
actually what I called it in the
kind
backstory
of
as well.
different to puberty. Like puberty happens, like whether you want to or not, you're going to grow facial hair if you're, well, not always, but whatever. You're gonna get taller. You're gonna get whiter. All these things happen. But I feel like with telekinesis, yeah, you'll be able to do it, but that doesn't mean that you'll know how to do it. And you may have like an inkling. You may think you know this might be how it works, and you can like in game terms, like if you keep doing it, yeah, I'll probably let you start doing it. Um, but it's not going to be easy, and it would get much easier if you found somebody to teach it to you
Yeah.
specifically.
Since you already spoken about Naruto, have you seen the seals they use? Like, if you grow at a certain age, that shield get weaker and weaker, and suddenly when you hit puberty, that's actually like it can weaken that much that it actually breaks. If we are born with that kind of seal, wouldn't that be a cool thing?
If that's what you want, that's cool. I mean, you want it to be like a drawn-on seal. You want it to be like a tattoo. I mean, whatever you
Yeah,
want.
like
It's up to you.
we are born with that type of facial. Like no, I mean
Body art.
yeah, kinda.
Okay,
And then
that's
when we
cool.
hit when we learn telekinesis, it just disappears. Or maybe it just like moves around on your body and then suddenly becomes a cool thing on your face.
That's up to you, man. You have to decide that.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's cool.
a third
Like
eye kind of thing.
like two like lines that just over your eyes and then like down here, and that means also everyone at certain like older people have like that, and that looks badass. It's pure black though, pure black.
Okay, so if I'm understanding it, what did it look like before? Before it gets there,
Uh,
what does it look like?
then it's on your belly, and then it's like a circle with like inner circles and shit like that.
Okay, and then does it move overnight? Like you just know it, and then bam, you have this shit. Or
I would guess it would happen in battle, or it would happen while you are practicing. Uh,
okay, so like it's an instantaneous thing.
yeah, and then you feel like your whole body like, and then you like see the thing move around on your body, and then like pops in your face.
All right, all right, that's pretty cool, and yeah, I want that to happen. So I want you to be able to do that. So give me a second to write it down. Um, type.
Uh, and that's gonna be. I want it to be named though, since we are that has happened generation after generation.
Yeah, I
So
assume it
that's
would have like we have puberty,
that,
so.
yeah. So that's the seal of Yansilla. They just call it that. That's the
All
name.
right, all right.
Uh, dude, that's freaking amazing.
Seal of.
Yanzilla. I can type it to you.
I already spelled it.
But I have a special way of spelling it.
I have a special way of spelling it too. Mine looks better. Alright, fine. Alright, Seal of Yanzilla. Alright, that's cool.
So
Alright, so throw me the backstory. Let's see where we're going with this.
yeah. Since I already said that they only live in caves,
Mm-hmm.
but my character suddenly decided that he didn't want to live in a cave. And how that happened was one day a guy was in the wilderness. He was walking on a mountain, and he was walking, and many people had already walked their animals and shit. But then there was a soft spot in the roof, and he fell through after he stood there, or like walked over. So he suddenly plopped down in the middle of town. Everyone was like, "Oh shit! What is that? Oh shit!" Went over to look, and he was passed out. So we healed him and shit, helped him, or like we helped him with herbs. We did our best, the best we could to save him. When he woke up, he like tried to pay us with gold, and I was the one that was closest. So he was like waving it in front of me and trying to give it to me. In this town, we just trade. We don't use like money or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't even know what gold like what purpose that had.
Mm-hmm.
So we were really like, whoa, looks amazing. Oh shit, what is this? Try to use magic on it and shit, and then it melts, and like, oh shit, it melted. What is this shit? Sorry, a big scene about that, and then I like decided that, oh shit, I gotta find more of this, and like he said, and everyone was like, wow, where did you came from? You just fell from the sky, all like that, and then he said, oh, there's a whole world out there, dumbass. So everyone was like, oh shit, that's dangerous. Outside, you say? Oh shit. So I was the bravest one, so I followed him, and I've been on adventure for like 1 or 2 years, but I'm really like, whenever I see an animal, a new species, or humans even, I'm like, oh shit, how do you? Whoa, you're so big, and like everything is so new to me. Yeah, and after I saw the gold, I'm really like, oh shit, gotta get them gold, and and
Why
I'm
would-
like really excited. Every coin counts.
okay.
And
So
and like
hold
if
on.
it's
Let's stop here.
gems shit.
Keep in mind where we stopped so that you can continue. But I already see like a couple things that don't make too much sense. So first, this guy's walking through the forest. That's fine, and he falls, but he just like lands like in the middle of your people, and he doesn't fucking go splat. Like that doesn't make much sense to me. And so, the way that I was thinking that we could really implement this is he could fall into a underwater like water source and then flow through the water source and end up in like wherever you guys get your water, and then somebody picks him up. That could be you, your father, whatever. And let's say you guys are in charge of like the water, and you pick him up, and then all these things
Oh,
happen.
well, that was the thing I actually forgot to say. Shit. About the race also. I am sorry. This was the part that was written longer down here. It is that we are magical, everyone. So we'll use telekinesis and shit. But it's like different families, and each family does different shit. Like it's a water elemental family that deal with everything that has with water, uh, and all the other shit. And then there's my family, that is the fire. So we are like melting uh, metals, making tools and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But let's say my family or something was out and got water.
Okay. So, all right. So I guess you're not in charge of the water, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, so long as he, got to this underground cavernous area that you live in a way that's acceptable, then whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sounds good to me. All right. So all right, and then you like escort him back to the surface, and he introduced you to a bunch of stuff, and then you went out exploring and discovering this whole new world.
Yeah. Uh, One more thing though, I want to ask you.
Okay.
How I was thinking about it, I just didn't bother to read my whole file.
Yeah.
Uh, it was that each family, since they have their different elements and shit,
Mm-hmm.
they have different color on their skin according to the elements. Is
Oh,
that
okay.
okay?
So that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So this guy fell. You went out exploring. You've been exploring for about 2 years. You like magic. I'm gonna assume you've already encountered a lot of humans. So like humans aren't gonna be like, oh my god, this is a human.
I'm always a curious person, so it
Okay.
would be still like, whoa, whoa, he's new. And one more thing is that there aren't that many people down the cave, so like I'm the kind of person that lives on a farm far away, and like whenever he goes into his small like town per se, he's like saying hi to everyone, and like everyone is his friend, kind of.
Right. It's very like everything is new to me, and I like it all, and like that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So is that's up to where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, obviously, I might change some things. The time period that you've been there might change. Where you're at, as far as this small town that you're at, might change. Just so that I can place you where I need to place you for the story to continue, for the story to start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But remember, I've been traveling for 2 years, so I could be anywhere right now.
Right. And all right. So let's jump into the story creation part, I guess. All right. So now we have our character sheet up. Your name was what again? Parkour?
Pardoka.
Pardoka. Pardoka. All right. So.
Heartbroken.
All right.
Sure.
So what is it? Where? How you're allocating your points in the system?
Uh,
Remember,
I have. I was going.
You have a total of 5 damage stats.
Yeah.
Non-damage stats. Sorry.
Yeah. And I was thinking about -1 to strength and -1 to dexterity, just because we are not physical at all.
Right. And if you do that, you can do a thing where you subtract 2 points from really anywhere, and you can get an extra point. So if you do -1 strength, -1 dexterity, then I'll give you 6 total points to allocate.
Oh.
And you can only do that once. So.
Yeah. Doesn't 2 plus 5, isn't that 7 though?
No. You subtract 2 and you gain 1. It's not an even exchange. Right?
Okay. I see it now. Okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah.
So it's 0.5 then.
Right. It's 0.5 for every one.
I can respect that. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, I've put 1 to Constitution.
Why?
Good question. Well, because we don't like, because we are so weak and we are so undexterous that we, like, when something hit us, I guess, or when we get poisoned, we can like deal with more shit. We maybe something like that. I don't know.
No, man. I don't think so. You're physically frail. So why
Yeah,
would you
no.
have a point in Constitution?
Well, good question. I guess I will take that away then. Well, that's cool. Then I have even more points to put in intelligence and wisdom. And then I have -1 in dexterity, 2 in intelligence or
Okay.
intellect.
Intellect? Mm-hmm.
But what would be spells? Would that be like wisdom or
Spells is either of those. So your elemental spells is going to be like intellect, and your non-elemental spells is going to be wisdom. Like necromancy, spiritual stuff. Let's see, what else do I have? I think I have like holy, and illusion and light. Those are wisdom and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna be 4 in intellect and 2 in wisdom.
Okay. And 0 in charisma. Didn't you say you were a very charismatic person?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. I thought you were like in town and you're like saying hi to everybody and like, hey, I love your day.
Oh yeah, but that I meant that in a socially awkward way.
Because
Like,
I can't give you more than 3 points in intellect. Like
Yeah,
that's
no.
the cap.
I know.
So you could do 3 and 3 intellect wisdom. You could do 3, 2, 1 with intellect wisdom charisma, but I can't give you 4 in intellect.
Okay, then it's 3-3.
Oh, hold on. Nobody can see my face. Nobody can see my face this whole damn thing. Okay, whatever. Not a huge deal.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do? 3-3?
3-3 then.
Okay, so all magic is known to you. Although that's not really how that works. Okay. Now, damage stats. How much was it last time? Was it like 3 or 4?
4.
4, right? Okay, so I'm going to
Yeah.
give you 4.
Yeah. By the way, I just copied straight from the other campaign,
Yeah,
and then I
it's
just
everything's pretty similar.
relocate. Yeah. So 2 in general magic knowledge, and 2 in fire.
Okay. 2 in general magical knowledge and 2 in fire. All right. So as far as floating,
Yeah.
that's just like something your race does, and like you don't really know. Like you don't. You, in particular, didn't really study like everything as to how it works. So you just float, and that's what you do. You know,
Yeah.
like how I know I can walk, but I don't understand the entire skeletal structure,
Exactly.
movement, and all this ligaments and okay. So in that way, you can have that. So, all right. Any physical combat?
No. It
Okay.
would be funny though.
Okay.
2
So
feet tall with a great bastard sword.
so let's get this floating thing down packed because that is very important. Um,
Yeah.
so you can float. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
How high can you float? Where does your head reach on average? Like what height does it get to?
Uh, when I'm floating around, my like face and head is like the same height as average human, I
Okay.
would say.
I'm
So I'm
thinking,
floating pretty high.
well, like the average human height is like 5'6", 5'7". Um, so you want to float. I want you to float a little bit lower than that, so that it's like obvious that you're not at everybody's height because you're small. So,
Okay.
can we say you're about 2 feet tall, so you can float at about 3 feet high? So float 3 feet off the ground.
Okay. So then my head is 5 feet up from ground.
Right.
Yeah. So then I'm just how much is 4 inches though?
I mean,
This is something I gotta look up. Uh,
there's so many jokes we can make with that, but let's keep it clean.
that's because you Americans use fucking inches. What is that? Damn.
In centimeters, I think that's like
10.
centimeters.
That's
Okay.
10 centimeters. So that's nothing at all. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So you're like, you're floating a little bit below the average human.
Yeah.
Okay. And as far as jumping, I feel like it's okay for me to leave it at where it's at. Oh no, that's not true. Um,
How far is the highest I can like levitate or whatever you call it?
you can get your feet at about 5 feet above. Like if you push yourself, or if you climb over something with your body, you can
Yeah.
get to about, we'll say, 6 feet. Just because the average human can do that without a problem. Like
Okay.
if there's a fence at 6 feet, like I can climb over it, and you should be able to too as well. You just grab it and push yourself using your levitating abilities.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, now
Cool.
one thing to note is that you are levitating a distance from the ground. You're not levitating a distance from the nearest object below you.
Okay.
Okay, so if you go up a mountain, you will, continue at, the slope that it goes up. And if you go down a valley, similarly. But if you're on a tree, you do not float 5 inches from like the nearest branch. You're standing on that branch because you can
Okay.
only float up to a certain distance. And
Okay.
if you fall, say more than like 10 feet, you're gonna hit the ground. Like
Okay.
you can't just like fall from the sky and then I know how to float so I don't hit the ground.
Mhm.
Okay, so your maximum fall distance without getting hurt
Yep.
is 10 feet.
It's 10 feet. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can be 10 feet off the ground, fall, and still use your floating ability to cancel it out so you don't hit the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for later in the game, what would I have to, or maybe that's not, maybe I can't ask that, but I want to learn to fly later. When I'm high
Uh,
level though, if it gets that far.
if it gets that far, maybe that's something we can have you do.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna be introducing some really awesome magical items. Like very, like I feel like magical items in general, like cool magical items, should not
Yeah,
be regular like +1 bullshit. Like I'm gonna
yeah,
have some really awesome like this is a really cool neat ability kind of stuff.
yeah. We talked a bit about this in the other video,
Hmm.
but I was planning on having a wand, like doing magic from a wand. How how would that be?
If you want, like I said, if you want to have something that you use as a focus to channel your abilities, you can, but at the same time, you don't need that at all.
Yeah,
So it's pretty useless.
yeah. It's
Um,
just like cosmetic, I
it's
guess.
just cosmetic, right? It's literally like you can use a shoelace, you can use a stick, you can use a grown woman's breast. Like it doesn't matter
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
just
I can see that coming. Just like, ah,
yeah.
them
So
guns. Ah.
just
Yeah,
fireballs.
exactly.
All right. That was stupid. That was really dumb. Okay. So yeah, I mean, we got the floating down. I like your backstory. Um, one thing. So let's get 5 words that describe your character. I like to do that just because I know how you're gonna be playing him.
Yeah.
All right. So Pardoka, if you could describe not all encompassing 5 words, just 5 words that do end up describing him. In other words,
Uh,
these 5 words don't make up your entire character. They're just aspects of your character.
okay. Curious, I guess,
Okay?
or
That's a
very
good one.
curious.
Yeah. Curious is, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Um, loves gold,
Okay, so why do you love gold? Is it
or
just like something that you. Okay, whatever. That's fine.
yeah, gold and shiny things. So yeah. Um,
Okay.
fire, fire or fire magic.
No, that's not. That, like, describes his personality.
Personality. Uh, kind of not afraid to talk. Very talkative. Something.
Okay, talkative is fine.
Yeah.
You want to be open?
Open. Yeah.
Like, you always tell the truth? Or conversation never
Um,
is?
I would. Um, yeah, that's a good question. I don't think I would tell the truth if obviously I
Obviously, this is
didn't
going to hurt you,
need.
but in
Yeah.
general, you just. Okay.
Yeah.
Open without being stupid. Um, anything else?
Mm, oh,
Condescending, funny, uh,
yeah. Funny.
awkward. Are you funny or are you awkward? Because I think you like to
Funny
play.
awkward. Funny awkward.
I'm just gonna put awkward. I know that's how you like to play things. So yeah,
Yeah, but I'm an awkward person, so yeah.
it's alright. It's okay.
That's how the game goes.
All right, so gonna recap this real quick. We have Pardoka, small. It's what's the name of your race?
Yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? Small Yoda?
You want to be a Smoda?
No. Uh, S- Smodanians.
Yeah, Smodan. Okay,
Okay,
you want
sure.
to be Smodalians?
Smodanians.
Smodanians.
Yeah.
Okay. So you, as a singular, are Smodanin. Smodin.
Yeah, Smodan. uh,
Small Yoda. Alright, so Smodin are cavernous people whose skin color represents their elemental affinity. So if
Yeah.
you're water, you're blue, and if you're air, you're white. If you're earth, you're brown. And if you're fire, you're red. Use magic for pretty much everything. They're very solitary people. They're like not very many people know about them. They use telekinesis for a lot of things, but it's a something you learn later in life. They're long lived, so they live 1200 average. They learn telekinesis around 200 years old. They float. That's just like a thing that you do. Average height is 2 feet tall. So you have like scaly skin, very small scales, not like. Basically, you'd have to get very close, like face to face, before you could actually notice. Oh, you have scales. Okay. They have no facial hair. They have regular hair, but they usually keep it tied, I guess, in a turban type thing. They have a physical seal on their body denoting the ability to use telekinesis. It forms as a circle type seal on your stomach, and once it's broken, you have two vertical lines down your eyes that are black, and they form. That denotes like your adulthood, and it's called the seal of Yanzala. You
Zilla.
float, huh?
Yenzilla.
Yanzilla. Let me spell that out phonetically. So Yanzilla, you float 3 feet off the ground. Your head is usually about 5 feet off the ground. The maximum fall distance without getting hurt is 10 feet. You're curious. You love gold and shiny things. You're talkative, open, and awkward. Oftentimes, say the wrong thing in the wrong time.
That's my character, though.
All right, I mean, that's fine. So, yeah, let's see. You got -1 strength, -1 dexterity, 0 constitution, 3 intellect wisdom, and you have 2 in general magical knowledge and 2 in fire. So you're gonna be hitting pretty often. That's good. All right, I like it. Let's get ready. Let's get ready to rumble. Alrighty then. Any last words?
Um. Yeah. About the seal thing. When the seal released, that was supposed to be when I learned how to like float and shit, I guess.
Floating
or
is
did that not
separate. In this case, in your race's case, floating is separate from telekinesis.
Okay, so
Right. You just
when the
float
seal,
because you float.
I can like move shit with my with my mind,
Not
or
yet.
what do you?
Not yet. You can't do any of that stuff yet. No. Right now, you just float and you know how to use fire magic.
Okay, so you will tell me what happens when the seal releases.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Sounds cool. I'm excited.
Okay, I'm glad. All right, that should be pretty cool. Oh, you've been traveling for around 2 years. I didn't write that down.
Yeah. It can be more though. I don't
Yeah.
care. I live
Is that
forever.
like a minimum?
Yeah, minimum 2 year.
All right. All right. Sounds good, man. Looks
Yeah.
like we're gonna have a pretty fun.
Pardoka is gonna be so cool, so OP. Kill everything.
I don't think he's gonna be OP at all.
Die in one hit though. That glass cannon.
No, I mean you're still gonna have the same HP as everybody else, but yeah, you're pretty much gonna be a glass cannon.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. I really do. Everything sounds really cool.
Yes.
All right. Remember, you can use fire magic defensively if you want. You just gotta
Like
describe
a
it.
fire shield.
That's kind of advanced stuff. Not too advanced, but
Oh, I meant like how do you plan on me doing?
yeah, like I don't know. It's your imagination, man. If you can think of it and it makes sense, then we'll do it. So
Okay.
yeah, it's up to you. All right. Jeez.
Damn,
Yeah,
you almost
I know.
killed me there.
It's loud. All right, so Thanks for watching, everybody. You want to give any quick shout outs to maybe your own YouTube channel? I know you're starting it.
My YouTube channel is Nikonil. There's no content at all right now, but
Wow. Okay, well,
youtube.com/Nikonil, twitch.tv/Nikonil. Well, see me later.
alright. As always, you can find my videos for D&D, League of Legends, and Pokemon Trading Card Game Online at YouTube/user/YF Benavides. Was that it? I'm probably going to try to link it with this video. I don't really remember exactly what it is, but you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Hope Betrayed, HOPEBETRY Betrayed ED.
Nikonil. Word.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to leave links to all those in the videos. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys are excited as we are for this new campaign. It's gonna be pretty awesome. And that's a look at the corner of Nico's house. All right. Bye.
Whoa, that's you.
That's me. All right. So let me stop
You just-
recording.
You just